Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Sabine Robertson with Silver International Realty. I have gotten so many calls from some of you after watching my pros and cons living on 30A, asking about the cost of living. So this video is all about the cost of living on 30A, Rosa Beach. Let's take a look at the bestplaces.net. They actually posted a really nice little graph to show you the cost of living in Rosa Beach compared to the average of 100 in the USA. Anything above 100, a cost of living index, means that it is more expensive. So overall in Rosa Beach, we're looking at 137, which is 37%, almost 38% over the norm in the USA. So you can also see that the cost of groceries is more expensive. I will elaborate on that a little bit later. And of course, your medical and your doctors. And lastly, let's take a look at housing, which of course I feel like I can talk about it all day long. So here they're referring to the median home cost at $518 for Rosa Beach. And let me show you really quickly what it really comes out to in our area, because it all depends on where in Rosa Beach you are deciding on buying your home. So quickly, before I go into some of the data, let's look at these maps that were also posted on the bestplaces.net, and the colors indicate where the cost of living is most expensive. So the deep dark purple, Rosa Beach, is one of the most expensive places here in the Panhandle. Of course, then if you go towards Destin area, you can see the colors lighten slightly. And probably because we have a lot more fast food restaurants available. And then if you look in Freeport, that area is growing, but you can still find a home in the mid 300s. And the cost of living is, of course, a little bit less in Freeport. So let's take a look at some of the examples of some of the houses in the Rosa Beach 30A area. You have to put it all in perspective where you're buying. The homes obviously are most expensive in Rosemary Beach, Alice Beach, Seagrove, Watercolor. Not just your houses are more expensive, but also the cost of living in terms of dining, food and wine, and where you go and buy your clothing. Now, if you go north of 98, Point Washington, Rosa Beach, the housing will be a lot more affordable, and also you have more choices in terms of where you eat. Miramar Beach and Destin, you have a lot more fast food restaurants, and you have the outlet mall. So the cost of living is a little bit different depending on where you live and where you decide to purchase your home. So I did a search with all single-family homes that have 4 bedrooms. So keep in mind, you can find homes that are priced less and more expensive, but it all has to do with the size. I also only included homes that have about 1,800 to 2,200 square foot. So the average home north end of 98, so that would include Point Washington and north of Rosa Beach. You're looking right about 480 to 500 right now. Yep, that is correct. You can find a home that's maybe priced in the high 3s and low 4s, but you're talking now different square footage and also sizes. So now when you're scrolling down to anything on 30A, homes that are located on the west end, and again, keep in mind, I only searched for homes that have at least 4 bedrooms and a certain square footage, and you're looking at 900 to 950. And if you're going now east of 30A, you are looking a little bit over 2 million. Now there's a couple of homes maybe for 1.4 million. Of course, I did a search on equal condition, and you always have to keep that in mind. So location, condition, the age, the size, the square footage, all depends on what you can purchase on 30A. Let's take a look at our rent. In Santa Rosa Beach, the long-term rents are so inflated. The reason is we don't have enough supply because most people are renting their homes short-term. So there's a few investors that are renting their homes long-term, so that inflates the monthly cost per rent. So if you want to be on 30A, you're looking anywhere from $3,500 to $6,000 a month. And if you're looking north of 98, you can find something in the $2,000 to $3,500 range. A lot of people are looking to rent homes in Freeport, or Destin or Panama City, Bay County area because the rents are a lot less expensive than in Santa Rosa Beach. Let's talk about homeowners insurance. I've heard so many people complain about it. With all the hurricanes and the storms we are getting, they have increased their homeowner insurance. But guess what? This is a good news. So when you're looking for property, the age of the roof, the age of the HVAC, the age of the home, they are all playing significant roles in the cost of your insurance. So I always recommend to get a quote as soon as possible so you know what you're dealing with, because that is a big factor on your cost of living and your expenses. Let's talk about property taxes for a moment. One big advantage is we don't have state income tax, but let's take a look at your property taxes. On average, new construction, you look on average about 1% for property taxes. As an investor, your property taxes can go up to 10% per year. And as a resident filing homestead, they can only go up to 3% each year. So big difference. But one other thing that a lot of people don't know about is that the property taxes in Santa Rosa Beach are less expensive than in Freeport. Because in Freeport, you also have to pay city taxes. So let me show you an example. So I went to the tax website and I entered South Walton Fire District 7. And you can see that on a purchase price of $500,000, your estimated taxes are roughly $4,991. And it shows you too where they're broken down by county, school, state, fire district, and waste management. Now let's compare this to Freeport. Again, now keep in mind, in Freeport, you don't buy a house for $500,000. Most average home sales are $350,000 to $400,000. But I just want to show you in comparison that Freeport, you have a city tax for Freeport. And now your tax rate goes up to $6,736. Now again, these tax rates do not include homestead exemption or any kind of exemption that you can file due to military or disability or anything else. This is just to give you an overview what the property taxes would be based on a home for $500,000. Restaurants, on 30A, we don't have any chain restaurants. A lot of local, family-oriented restaurants. Now, keep in mind, this whole area is geared towards tourism. So you are paying higher prices if you want to go out for dinner. If you move a little bit towards Destin and Miramar Beach, you have a lot more fast food restaurants, and you have some other options, to pick up, some Chick-fil-A or a pizza. So in terms of dining, it is it's a lot more expensive. I just recently went to travel to back to Georgia, and I was surprised, even at the prices of a cocktail and a glass of wine or a beer, how significantly less they were than around here. So be prepared to pay some expensive prices when you go out for dinner. And yes, of course, you're not just paying for the pizza by the sea or the breakfast at the View or the crabs at Shank Galleys. You're also paying for the experience, the lifestyle, the music, and the beautiful beaches and views of our Emerald Coast. So you got to put everything in perspective. And as a local, you do know about all the happy hours that are being offered by many local restaurants. For watching my YouTube. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to hear some feedback. If there's any other videos you would like me to make, please reach out to me. Like always, I hope you have a fantastic day. Stay healthy and safe. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye und tschüss.